Well, hello guys, my friends on YouTube. Happy to see you here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Pleione orchids. Terrestrial bulbous orchids. Yes. And we're also going to repot this bunch of bulbs today. I got them at a latest Orchid Society meeting from our former chairman, Ivar Edvinsson. He's very educated in terrestrial orchids and the orchids growing in the wild, especially around the Mediterranean area. That's a great hobby of his. And he also got a very nice website called cameralife.se, where you can find several lovely photographs from his trips all over Europe and, of course, in Sweden as well. Anyway, had a lot of good information about the Pleiones and how they grow at his website, so I decided to steal, with this goodwill, a little bit of information to provide you guys. Anyway, Pleiones lives in Asia, in tropical and subtropical environment. They should be kept in a frost-free space during the winter, and they should preferably be kept outside in the garden or on the balcony during the summer period. In the wild, they're growing at a very high elevation, from about 1,000 to 4,200 meters. There are about 30 species, but only 10 species on the market. But there are loads of hybrids nowadays, so, well, a lot to choose from. And these guys, that blooms and grows during the spring and summer period. Here's a picture of the most commonly occurring spring bloomers, except for the Pleione, Praecox and Saxicola, which are autumn bloomers. Alright, let me tell you a little bit about its growing habit throughout the year. They should be repotted or potted up from bare, naked bulbs before the roots emerges from there, from the new shoot, which will bloom simultaneously as the new roots are being created. That's the cycle. After its blooming, which often occurs in, as I said, in spring, around April, the new leaves will appear and grow quite large, hanging pendant leaves, which will cover the whole lot here, so it will be really, really dense, filled with leaves. As you can see, there are many bulbs in there. And the new leaf will eventually become another new little pseudobulb, shall we say, which is going to be stuck here to the old one, to the side of the old one, which you can separate it if you so well. After it finishes blooming in spring, you should immediately cut the old flower spike to reduce the energy and to promote more pseudobulbs to grow. Trim off dying leaves and tattered leaves to increase the air circulation around the pseudobulbs to lower the risk of any pest and diseases, and mold. And these guys loves quite high humidity. And if it's not provided enough humidity, its leaves will turn a little bit blackish. So that's an indicator on it being kept too dry, When it's producing roots, you should use a nitrogen-rich fertilizer, preferably a 30-10-10. And eventually switch a little bit further on, maybe in July, August, to a more balanced one, as to say, 20-20-20 fertilizer. And also needs quite good light. Not the midday heat, really, standing in the middle of the sun rays. No, but good light. Not under table or such, on your balcony or backyard. And in its natural habitat, it grows on hills with decomposed material and in layers of moss on tree trunks and on rocks, perhaps. So, what to pot it up in, yeah? You can stand the decomposed medium, it says. Well, why not? So, peat moss and regular ready mixed bark. It's quite alright for it. If you would, you can use even natural fertilizer, but I don't really keep that at my house. So I'm not going to use that, but I will use a little bit of orchid, ready mixed orchid bark, which contains peat moss, bark, mineral fertilizer, and stuff. And I will reuse the remaining lot of bark from my Fragmipedium Repotting, just the other day. It worked just fine. And I am going to use regular houseplant soil. Yes, nothing fancy. For indoor and outdoor growing. Just a little bit, to make it a little bit more compact, but still well drained enough. A little bit of biochar, as always. I'm going to add a bit of bone meal. And a bit of slow release fertilizer. Let us make the mixture now. And he offered me a couple of lovely pictures free to use in this video, yes, on the gorgeous Pleione formosana, the ones we're just about to repot. You can see them here. Lovely pictures. Biochar. Debris, shall we say, will be enough. The bone meal. I'm very lousy on fertilizing the orchids, being kept outside, so this will be a good help for me. Maybe a little bit more. So, and red mix bark. I think this will do. Otherwise, I will mix up a little bit more. It's just as simple as that. And the old stuff contains a little bit of moss and a little bit of perlite as well. So the old medium and small grade bark. But they are thirsty, guys. Should never really dry out altogether. So it should be a little bit damp at all times. But preferably not soaking wet for any length of time. It will make the pseudobulbs to eventually rot for you. So alright. Let us get this lot out. He told me he hadn't repotted these guys for 2 or 3 years. So, but he also told me that this is a gorgeous pot for him, and I can agree. My old pots were for leek growing, really. This one is much nicer to look at. A lot nicer to look at. But I will need to clean this one up before I use it. He told me to separate them, but I thought to myself, no, I'm gonna make a softie. But I don't really think it's possible to make a soft repotting. Its roots will die always, just like the Catacedum orchids. These are fresh. The leaves has been shed quite recently, so as you can see, some of the rose pseudobulbs are quite mushy here and wet. Needs to come off. So I need to sort them out. Really, I do. So you can see decomposed. Looks like some kind of actually a couple of bugs and stuff living in there. It's actually moving quite a bit in places. Look what I got inside here. Can you see? It's moving. So that was a good thing. I choose not to keep this lot inside my kitchen for any length of time. So, next thing that will happen is that I'm gonna separate the pseudobulbs from, this lot, and get back to you and throw this medium out in a garbage bag. Yeah, I'll get back. Yeah, before I get too scared. So, it was a nightmare. Yeah, to empty this tray with worms and stuff into the garbage can. Anyway, this is what's gonna happen. Just like the catasedums, last year's roots aren't gonna be as efficient as the new ones. Probably. Yeah. Capable of taking up moisture with a capacity of about 1%. But I'm still gonna keep a little something to work as an anchor. Yes. So I'm gonna trim off stuff here. So it's a good little pseudobulb. It's already starting on a little something down there. So yes. And here. And these are good plants, really. Very good plants. And I added the chunkiest pieces of bark that I could find in the mixture in there to the bottom for drainage. Yes. I'll peel off a little sheath here. So, well, eventually, around 25 smaller ones. I count this one as a small one. It falls into that category. I really think so. If you compare it with this one. But still, it's got capacity. Yes. See? It's already starting or something, so I better be quick to get him into the cold again. Otherwise, we'll fall out of season, so to speak. Yes, and I saved a bit of roots, as I said, for an anchor. Yeah. So, let's do it quick. Fill it up, whole lot. Chocolate. Looks like a good medium. Consists of almost anything and everything. It's funny. Anyway, I decided to put the larger ones to the sides. This is where the new pseudobulb is going to be formed. Yes. And flower, leaf, pseudobulb. Yes, here. So, this one is not going to fail. Yeah, so we need space. That's for sure. It's almost like growing catasedum type orchids. So. Maybe here. So it's got space here. Yes, got one there. This one there. Yes. One there. And as I put it into some cooler conditions, again, it will slow down the growing rate. It's far too early for them to start blooming. Yes, spiking. And destroy the rhythm. Yep. Yeah. A bit more close. So they're fit. Got space. So, yeah. It's okay. Just. I was a little bit too optimistic about the space, but never mind. easily adjusted. Yay. Alright, so where to put the rest of the orchids? Into the middle. That's my suggestion. Yay. Yeah, it's going to take a while, so get back. I want to cover them quite nicely all around it. They are there. And I want to have them, keep them upright, not leaning too much. Try to adjust here. The leaning ones, yeah. Last time I grew them so well. The pseudobulbs were even, I think, twice the size of these guys. Yes. So far, so good in late August, beginning of September. What happened? Normal, regular Swedish autumn. Yay. Rains. It means rain. Loads of rain. Heavy loads of rain. Sometimes. Yes. Yeah, I thought it would be great for him to get a little bit more water. Yes. Yeah, to a certain extent, that is. So what did happen was that the large, lovely pseudobulbs, yeah, rotted. Almost all together. A couple of small ones, which also rotted shortly afterwards. So it was a huge, major mistake. Yes. And my second mistake at the beginning of the season, in April, I brought it outside from my refrigerator, yeah, where I had been keeping them bare-rooted, in a little box, yeah. Oh well, until it was time for them to bloom, and I kept them inside in April. I thought it would be too cool for them to put them outside. Yeah, should have waited, should have kept them for a little bit longer in the fridge, until the weather conditions outside had become a little bit milder, yes. So I only got a couple of flowers, which lasted for about a couple of days. It was far too hot for them and far too dry, so they need to go outside, yes, immediately. So what I'm going to do today is not repeat the same mistake, yes, and this was Ivar's suggestion to repot them all together immediately, just when they shed their leaves, yeah, and never know when they start to create the roots. Might happen earlier than expected. Should be alongside with the flowering, but you never know. So it's better to be prepared. Yeah, just like in Catasedum growing. Yeah, when you see a new little shoot, you never know when the roots will appear. It's better to let them make their own way down into the medium immediately than to wait. Yes. Alright, now I'm going to put a transparent, yes, as transparent plastic bag as I can find. Here, there's an empty space. I never eat fruit, so it doesn't matter. Should, but I do not. Next will be, we're going to follow up these guys in around March, end of March. I'll maybe look at them every now and then just to see what happens, yes. But about March, end of March, beginning of April, when the weather conditions allows it, you can bring them directly outside, yes, and let them bloom outside on the balcony in the good morning spring light, yeah. So that would be the video for today, and don't forget to visit his website. Lovely photographs, not only on Pleione genus. Now, my dog's sad again, he's playing. Yeah, alright, thanks for watching, and we shall talk soon. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Would be appreciated, as always. Bye-bye!